He's a traditional, like, Dr. Wily style villain. So he's always going to tell you exactly how he's going to kill you, mock you when you fail.
Get some rapid-fire weapons pointed at those knobs.
So in this case,
and
he's
use some
introducing...
machine gun turrets to protect your other replacements.
He's introducing a new enemy, the knob, and they're like a tiny little explosive ball that goes after your turrets directly. Most of the enemies in the game attack your base back here, but some of the enemies will attack your turrets, and some of the enemies will attack you. So instead of buying new turrets, sometimes I might want to upgrade existing ones. So there's no time to do that during a battle, so you just call in a bigger one.
You can't accidentally destroy your own turret, can you?
No. That would not be fun.
No.
So there's sort of there's no grid like there is in most tower defense games, but there's sort of a natural terrain to the battle, so you can put these anywhere there's a flat surface, but you can't put them overlapping with existing turrets.
Okay.
So there's no grid, but you're sort of building the terrain yourself based on where you place the turrets. And more powerful turrets take up a larger area, so you have to be careful about where you place them.
Place that there.
So these are the enemies that are targeting me. The enemies are color-coded.
Okay.
So dark blue attacks the base, red attacks me directly, and teal attacks towers.
Now, do your turrets auto-repair, or do they ever...
No, they do take damage. So those knobs, if enough of them hit your turret, eventually it'll blow up.
Okay.
There's a burst transmitter. Watch out for his grenades.
These are the worst against your turrets. They're another teal enemy that's going to target my turrets, but they're long-range artillery. So this is one of the cases where we worked really hard to make the tower defense and the action interact. If I don't run up here and shoot these guys with my machine gun, they're going to be able to fire these shells from outside their range and destroy them. Plus, they have a decent amount of hit points. So they're pretty good at taking out turrets. So my turrets do a good job against most enemies, but there's a lot of enemy types that I need to like take control with the mech and like clear them out.
Let's set up some defenses. What can I get you?
So now I see that you have 4 different types of things you can lay down right here.
Yep.
Can you hot swap more than that, or do you pre-select 4 every mission?
Yeah, you can hot swap. So the game also has loot, which you'll see in just a second. So every mission you're going to earn between 2 and 5 new items, and everything about the game is customizable. So all the weapons on the mech, the chassis, the legs you're walking on, and also all the emplacements. So the emplacements are items with increasing power and rarity, just like all the other items. And you can choose those before you go into missions to like match the challenge you're going to face. You'll also want to specialize in multiplayer. Like if you're bringing in 4 guys, then you're not going to want all to have the exact same loadout. You're going to want to have different things. So here's a loot box. When I go and pick this up, me and everyone else in the match is going to get a random item as when we finish the battle.
Now you can call in different turrets. Can you also call in different air support units, or do you use air support?
No, it's all turrets. They come in 3 different classes. They're not all weapons. So there's the light turrets, which are basics. It's like all-around machine gun, air and ground, relatively low damage. That's mostly what I'm using on this map. There's a shotgun up here on the top. That's like really high damage, but ground only and short range. And then the third light turret is an anti-air only flat cannon. But then the middle class is support turrets. So that's a repair crane to heal mechs, yours or your buddies. There's a magnetic scrap collector, and if you place that where a lot of enemies are dying, it'll do the same as your trench and automatically pick up the TVs for you.
Cool.
And the third one is a traditional tower defense slow tower. It's like a dampening generator that broadcasts a signal that the TVs get scrambled by. And then the top class of towers is the heavy turrets. That's the sniper rifle here on the left. Really long range, really high damage, but a slow firing rate. And this mortar cannon, which is splash damage for ground units. And the last type is a mine layer. It's like a dispenser that always maintains a field of a certain number of mines.
Cool.
A lot of the customization of the mechs is centered around the decision between whether you want to do more shooting or you want to do more tower placement. And that's decided by which chassis you choose. So there's 3 classes of chassis, a light, medium, and a heavy. The light chassis, engineering trenches, focus mostly on tower defense, like 75% towers, 25% shooting. So they have access to the most powerful turrets in the game, and they're able to use all 4 slots of the D-pad like this guy.
Gotcha.
The heavy trench on the other extreme has bigger weapons. He has 6 slots instead of 2 like this mech for weapons. But he only has access to 2 sections of the D-pad, and he can't use the top tier of turrets.
Gotcha.
So the first decision you make when you customize your trench is like which part of the gameplay you want to lean towards.
Gotcha.
And in multiplayer, you'll want to have a good mix.
Now, when it comes to multiplayer, will there be a certain type of restriction of you only certain people can have this kind of mech chassis?
No, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, cool.
So this is another loot box. All enemies have a small percentage chance to randomly drop loot. Oh. Or there's red enemies.
I think I've got a hydraulic. Taste this! Request 1 machine gun emplacement, sir.
Now, do you need one of those turrets to heal your mech, or will your mech regenerate over time?
In the defense missions, the mech's health is secondary. So in single player, you'll be able to repair yourself via a button mashing minigame, or in multiplayer, one of your buddies can pick you up. The base's health is what's important.
Gotcha.
When the base goes down, then you lose the mission.
Not sure how much longer she
In a boss battle, it's different. It's all about you and the boss. You're attacking. So when your mech goes down in those missions, then mission's over. You gotta try it again.
Okay.
I think I've got a hydraulic.
So there's a few more waves here till the end, and there's a couple of mini bosses that pop up. But if you want, we can switch over and see one of the big boss battles.
Yeah, that'd be great.